Good morning.
Good afternoon.
Good evening, wherever we are on our lovely planet. I mean, I know where we are. I'm not sure where you are. We're in Union Township, and it is
New
beautiful.
Jersey.
Yes, it is.
It is very, very green here.
Today's episode is the Brat Factor. You know, another definition of transformation that Shya and I have used over the years is the ability to transcend your bratty nature.
And each of us have one.
Yeah, we can.
Maybe we have more than one.
Yeah.
We may have different varieties.
The different flavors of brat.
57 flavors.
Like Heinz 57,
Heinz 57.
Or Baskin and Robbins
31, yeah.
Or pick your number. Let's listen to each other today.
Okay. Listening is a skill set that most of us don't have. I spent the morning down at the river helping the trout club that I am a member of restock the river with fish. And I was really amazed at how people talked, but nobody listened. I mean, they appeared to listen, but it was all about agreeing with or disagreeing with or already knowing rather than hearing what another person has to say, as though that's all you're doing is listening. And you're not passing it through what you already know or believe to be true or agree with or disagree with. You're just hearing what another person has to say. That, by the way, will make you a very wise person because you'll learn new things. Because otherwise you will assimilate what's being said into what you already know. You'll say, oh, this is just like, and it will be just like. The other thing is, there's the potential to get pulled by listening into the current moment of your life. And that's all it takes to have your life transformed. It's not a big deal.
And it's huge.
And it's profound.
Yes.
But it's not difficult. It's just that we have such busy minds that we're always thinking about everything rather than allowing ourselves to take a breath and just be.
I want to call one on myself. I've noticed something. We do these podcasts. Clearly, we've done them for many, many years, and we have more than 900 episodes. And we do seminars together, which we have for over 30 years. And as we talk about listening, you often say something to the effect of, listening is a skill set that most of us don't have or we haven't developed. And some part of me goes, yes, I have. What do you think we've been doing here? I've listened to this podcast. Now, I don't know if I'm channeling the listeners going, I've listened to every episode. I do listen, or whether it's me. But I do notice that from time to time, I have a rebuttal. And when I notice that without judging it and listen to you, everything in me relaxes, calms. I become simple, as in here. And in that place, I find it very powerful.
Well, I'm driving down the road coming back from the river today, and I see all these American flags. I mean, the 4th of July is coming, but there's a patriotism that is rather rabid in our neighborhood, where if you're not demonstrating your passion for the flag, you're less of an American. And I realize that this country is based on the possibility of living your life your way. And it doesn't have to be everybody's way. But that's a lot like listening. You see, you're listening to a script that tells you around the 4th of July, you must put out lots of American flags so people know that you are on the right side. And then there's this other thing. You're talking about rebuttal. Well, there's a need to find a bad guy. There's this need to have somebody who's the enemy. It can't just be that people are okay being the way they are.
You know, as you say this, I realize this airs after the 4th of July. So I imagine people will, who are here in the United States, will touch in on their experience of what happened for them in the last couple of weeks too.
Yeah.
Shall we take our first guest?
Oh, of course we shall.
Miss Tracy, welcome to being here. Tell people where you're zooming in from.
Hi, I'm Tracy, calling in from St. John's, Newfoundland, Canada.
So nice to have you with us.
Yes.
Thank you. It's great to be here. I just feel so lucky I'm able to call in today to the show and talk to you. This topic really like grabbed me, the Brat Factor.
Mhm.
And I feel like I've minimize that part of me since coming to transformation seminars, but there's still part of me that I have a reaction. Like sometimes I stop it, but sometimes it's like an automatic reaction that just comes out, like from my parents, if they say something, if they do something, and then afterwards I'm like, oh, that was so like bratty of me.
Well, here's the thing. If you just notice it, it'll probably stop happening. If you keep telling yourself you're wrong to have done it,
Yes.
it'll probably keep on happening. Because the first principle is anything you resist, you reproduce. You keep it in place. It keeps occurring. So if you find fault with yourself for having a bratty nature, rather than realize it's like the color of your hair, it grows a certain color. And you can change that
You can
color,
dye it, but
yeah. That doesn't mean it doesn't come in a certain way.
You know, as you said that, it was such a great representation where you say it's an automatic reaction and then it comes out of your mouth. So I don't think you catch the reaction yet as it's happening and notice it, and then it can go by, and then there's the potential to have the conversation with your parents, for instance, be even and without inflicting that reaction on them. But part of it is after it happens, you go, that was bratty, instead of going, you haven't used what
you're still judging yourself.
It's not an observership of Tracy, it's a judgment system.
Right. Yes. Yeah. I feel, yeah.
Well, you have a young child, a young man, child, and he will push your buttons, if not from time to time, all the time. And you can see yourself in that.
Yeah.
But your response, see, look, getting upset happens. Staying upset becomes up to you. And your bratty nature is part of an upset.
Okay.
I love that you said that, Shya, because I realize that in a way we're talking about a symptom that happens a little ways down the line. You only ever snap at your parents when you're pre-upset. When you're upset, then things they say, to use a colloquialism, rub you the wrong way. But when you're not upset, it's just a statement on their part or an action on their part. And I'll bet you have experiences of them doing the same thing or being the same way, and times when it was not bothersome and times when it was.
That's true. Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, even with my son, he could say something one day, I don't react, I'm like, doesn't bother me, or I don't let it bother. The next day might react to it.
Yeah, well, if you're already upset, then you'll get upset. If you're not upset, chances are you won't get upset, even if it's a severe transgression of some sort.
You started to say something that was really telling. You said, on some days, I don't let it bother me. I don't know that that's accurate. There are days when it's not bothersome. It's not like, oh, I'm not going to let, it's not through a talking system. You haven't noticed the variation on how you're being from moment to moment, from day to day. So you think on the times when he does something or acts up that you're not letting yourself be bothered, when really, in fact, you're just not bothered by your environment.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
Because then the flip side of that is blaming yourself when it happens rather than noticing, I must be upset.
Right. And like that, just like noticing if I'm bratty, noticing if I'm upset is like, that's the same thing, right? Like, because I can see myself taking now the upset and being like, oh, I shouldn't be upset, like judging myself for being upset, So I guess it's the same thing, like notice.
I just got the funniest image. It's like you've got two pieces of bread, and in between, you've got a reaction like the Brat Factor. So it's almost like you close the bread and take a big bite and go, as opposed to looking at what's on your bread. Somehow, when you talk to yourself like you shouldn't be like that, it compounds it. It's like you squish it together and make it real.
Yeah.
Ongoing, and it's going to happen again.
I see that. Yeah.
One more thing. I didn't think I had a lot to say today. I feel like you often say, I don't have much to say. And then you are very here.
It's word loquacious.
Loquacious, maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know. I lost what I was going to say, but it's okay. Yeah. It's good. It's so nice to be with you.
You too. It's really nice. Yeah. Thank you again.
Do you work from home in St. John's, Newfoundland?
I do. Yeah. This is where I work, right here. So,
yeah. But the company you work for is in the States somewhere?
It is. Yeah. Their like offices or like headquarters are in New York, but they have employees throughout the States and some in Canada. So,
I see.
Yeah.
Nice.
And you're an engineer, right?
And I'm an engineer. Yeah. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
That's supposed to be a man's job.
Right. Yeah.
That ought to elicit some bratty factor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
I bet you're a darn good engineer, to tell you the truth.
Thank you. Yeah, that hit for some reason, like.
Yeah.
In a good way?
In a good way. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
I bet you get upset in the times when you're underestimating yourself, when you've forgotten who you are. So easy to do.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here.
Thanks.
Hey, it's time for the listener feedback spotlight.
It's where we get to hear from people in this amazing listenership and transformation community talking about what's happening in their lives.
Hi, this is Michelle from New York City. And things happen in life. And it's always great to have resources like the podcast or the Living Made Easy seminars that bring me back on track. It's been so great just to be able to be with people, to listen to them, even when it's a podcast, because it transforms my life.
Do you want to have well-being with consistency? Connect with people all over the world from the comfort of your own home at Ariel and Shya's lively interactive Living Made Easy virtual seminars. Join any of their 2-hour online events or take a deep dive into the magic of being you at a virtual weekend seminar. Come on, let's connect. Find out more and register at transformationmadeeasy.com.
We invite you to one or several of our Living Made Easy 2-hour virtual seminars. The next one is this Saturday and also the following Monday. You can visit our website, particularly if you're in the archives and you never know when it's coming. So just go to transformationmadeeasy.com, pick your date and register. Our upcoming weekends are Creativity and Intuition,
which is our first in-person seminar in New York since COVID. It's 5 years now that we used to have in-person seminars in New York all the time.
Almost every week.
But now, so we have a weekend seminar, Creativity and Intuition, July 25th through 27th.
So it's a Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday. Then we have a virtual seminar following that in September. It's a Saturday and Sunday, the 27th and 28th. And the theme is transformational time and project management.
And if you're new to our seminars, attending either one of those will fulfill your prerequisite if you should choose to come to Costa Rica with us in 2026.
We have January courses happening then, and that is the prerequisite. Let's take our next guest, shall we?
Okay, let's.
All right, Stephanie, welcome to being here. Please tell people where you're zooming in from.
I am zooming in from New York City.
Welcome.
Great.
Thank you.
What can we do for you, my dear?
Well, the title Bratty Nature kind of, I was first a little, what is that? And it doesn't apply. But it kept kind of ruminating in the back of my mind. And I got curious. And what I find is I'm kind of bratty with myself. I want to do certain things, or I should do certain things, and I just don't do them. And
you don't want to do them. You know what you want by what you do.
By what you have.
But I know that I would feel better if I did them.
Okay.
Well, you think you will feel better if you did them.
Let's say that's true. Then there has to be a benefit to not doing them.
Yeah. I was hoping you can help me find what that benefit is.
Well, even if you know the benefit, if you're going to still stop yourself from doing what you want to do, then knowing it doesn't change anything.
That's true.
Giving yourself reasons for why you're not your ideal does not produce your ideal.
I'll tell you one of the ways that you are bratty. It's rather charming, but I don't think you've caught it. You often say fibs with a smile that you happen to know, and I can tell by the smile, are not true. So I'll give you an example. I know you're looking at this. We were chatting at the beginning of, getting ready to do this recording. And Michelle, our producer, shout out to you, Michelle, mentioned this is the first Being Here podcast you've ever done. And so it's lovely to have you here. You are one of our friends and clients that we've known the longest. So you've been
around us for about 30 years.
And way before the inception of the Being Here radio show and the morphing into the podcast. And you, with a smile, said, well, I'm retired now, so I have time. It wasn't that you didn't have time before. That there are lots of working people, including lots of people who work in banks, who've done it after work, on their lunch hour, when we've scheduled things on the weekends, on their days off. We often do it on bank holidays and school holidays so people can pre-record at that time. There have been plenty of opportunities over the years. So when you say, it's like a fib and it's bratty. It's funny, but it is
Not true.
yes, and likely something to you going, well, I don't want to do it, so I'm not going to do it.
That's your bratty
similar.
nature.
Got it.
See, here's the thing. You think, and I may be assuming I know more than I do, but I'm assuming that you think that the voice you listen to is you.
Yeah.
And that voice is what gets bratty. Do you see that? So I don't like this.
I don't want to.
I don't want to.
Yes.
They're putting too much
No
pressure
problem.
on me. They're asking too much of me. I need my quiet time. Sound familiar? Any of
Sounds
that?
good. Yeah.
Sounds good. Yeah, well, you got those recordings, and they are recordings, are not you.
Now-
But you listen to them, and you think that's you who's saying it. So you go along with the program.
I have no problem with the fact that this is your very first time being a guest here.
I love it.
I think it's wonderful. However, it's like you're still not letting go of the reason you give yourself for not being here before. You're still being right about it. And that's your bratty nature.
Okay.
Okay, but I don't like this.
I don't think I quite understand it. Don't let go of the reason. Also, basically, I still pretend that I really didn't have time, even though that wasn't the reason.
That's
Yes.
true.
Okay. Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Yeah. And I've seen you do it around many other subjects. Oh, I'm not dating because you're not dating at the time you're not dating because you don't want to be dating at the time you're not dating. But you have a whole list of things that you put forward with a smile as if it's true. And it's not.
That is so true. That is amazing. It's so cool.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. And
then I believe it, and then I get stuck in it.
Well, that's why Shya was saying you think that voice is you. You know?
Yeah.
And we don't talk about that so much anymore, but it's really true that most of us misidentify that voice in our heads as us.
Yeah. I've heard you saying that so many times, but I mean, I really get it, and
Yeah.
it's so amazing.
Yes. But here's the thing, Stephanie, my dear, you are so amazing. See, you've had the tenacity to keep going, even though you didn't quite get it. You knew the possibility was there.
Or something truthful sounded. I don't understand, but this sounds right.
And then it slips in on you somehow. And suddenly you go, oh, that's what they've been talking about this listening thing all these years.
Or being right. Or, oh, that's what bratty is. Or that, yes.
Yeah.
Look, any inconvenient truth, your brain is hardwired to not want to hear. See, we like things that we think we're managing the way we're doing it, and we don't want to change. And so if somebody wants to tell us something that potentially could streamline the quality and experience of our lives, as much as we say we want that, there is a brat in there that says, no, thank you.
Or, I know that already. I know it. I know that. Yeah, I know that already.
When I was about 8 years old, I went to a summer camp and we were on a nature walk. And the nature counselor was saying the names of different trees. And every time he'd say it, I'd say, oh, I know that. And I didn't know anything. But I said that. And then he said, in this tree, and I said, oh, I know that. He said, okay, since you know it, tell us what it is. And I was embarrassed. You know, you think you know, and you know what you know, and you fit everything in with what you know. So it gets very hard to distinguish something newly.
Yes, I get it.
Good.
Thanks for being with us
Yes.
today. Really,
Thank you
it's
so much.
It was fun. Thank you so much.
hopefully, as you were listening to Stephanie and Tracy and the two of us speaking, you started to see the ways that you are bratty with yourself. And if you see it without judging it,
It's over.
First of all, it's funny. It was put together a long, long time ago. And yes, it's over. Yes, Kitty. Oh, she's thinking. She's wants to get in on the fun. Next, let's see what to tell you guys. I just wanted to see. You can, of course, share the podcast with your friends. If you haven't already, you can subscribe to our newsletter. We had some great videos come out this month and some really touching blogs by people in our community. So you'll have access to all that. And you can find all our courses and newsletter sign up link at transformationmadeeasy.com.
Next week's podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Ready for a boost?
Yeah.
Well, that's next week's podcast.
Okay. So come on back.
And don't miss being here.